Hey guys, welcome back, and thanks for tuning in again. So this time around, we are going to continue some neck work, and we're going to go ahead and put in the fret dots and the M inlay on the 12th as well. So some drill press work, some Dremel work, and start getting it prepped for the inlay. So let's chuck up the drill press with a 1/4 inch Forstner bit, and we'll get her going. Guys, so we got our 1/4 inch Forstner bit chucked up and ready to go. So let's make sure that our depth is good, and our fretboard is a 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little heavy, but we definitely don't want to go through it. So we're only going to go about 1/8 of an inch, or about halfway through our neck there. So let's go ahead and take a look and get this set properly. Good. Stop. Still too high. Too high. We're just doing some micro adjustment. To our depth. And that. Because we also don't want to hit the truss rod. Right. About that. Maybe just one more. Yep. We almost got it.
Let's. Yep. Yep.
And that'll do it right there. So I know I got a center line marked down on here somewhere. There's our center line. So we're going to follow our center line, and I have which frets or fret openings here get our dots. We're going to skip 12 because that's where our inlay, our M inlay, is going to go. So let's start off with fret 1. There's my center line. There's my center line. Okay, start off with fret 1.
it up.
All right, so that's it. That's our fret dots drilled in. So now we can take it back over to the bench and clean up those dots just a little bit. I got a little bit of fuzzies in there from excess wood. So just small little file or something like that and clean them out. And then we'll get the Dremel set up and get our M placed for our 12. All right, let's get back over to the bench. So back over on the bench, we got our regular dots laid out and ready to go. So now we're going to place this letter M on our 12th fret right here, the middle of the 12th fret. And we're going to use that as a template. All it is just to print it out, letter M that I have cut to the correct size here. And it is going to span across the 12 a little bit. So it'll go from 11 to 13. And sit just like that right there. And let's move that around a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So it's going to sit right there. And it's going to look awesome. So you're probably wondering, well, if you start trying to freeball that, or eye it up or whatever and try to do that, that's going to be kind of difficult. So a little trick here is take our M, lay it there. Let's grab a piece of scrap. It's a little bit bigger of a piece of scrap. Something we don't care about. Let's see here. What do I got in the scrap bin? And I'm not too worried about. Oh, not that.
Sure.
Yeah, we could use that. Because we got a nice big chunk of walnut that I'm not too worried about right now. Because what we're going to do, you're going to take our letter M, and you're going to shake up some spray adhesive. So that we can stick it to our 12th fret on our fretboard. And it's not going to move anywhere as we use the Dremel. But as we use the Dremel, we're going to end up dremeling out all the black area. So we'll be able to see or get that M in there all nice. And then whenever we get to sand everything else down, but we can sand the rest of the paper off, and we can also peel that paper up pretty easily after the fact. So let's go ahead and spray this. A little bit of spray glue. Let's make sure we get her lined up nicely. There you go. Just gonna stick that right there. I like that positioning. Give her a little bit of pressure. Just make sure she's nice and on there. Okay, so we got our letter M in there. ready to go. I am going to end up turning it this way so I can work a little bit better. So it's going to be upside down for you. I'm so sorry. So we have our Dremel with a rotary bit attached. You know, we're using a real teeny tiny ball bit here, so that I can get into these areas nicely. So let's stick a battery in her and get to going. Okay. Got all kinds of junk on the battery though. Batteried up.
Pick it up, pick it up. Life seems like it sucks, but you don't have a choice. You gotta deal with what you got. You make one move and then everything comes to a grinding stop. Don't stop, think about what you've done. You don't know you were just having fun. Think it's time to realize what went on. Close your eyes, get back down in the comment. Now let's go. Everybody now, suck it up. Whoa, suck it up. Whoa, suck it up. Whoa, suck it up. Life can't be that bad, so suck it up. You slept through your alarm this morning. Now you're late for work. Your week started off bad already. Just trying to make ends meet. You gotta hop on the good foot and do the bad thing. You know what we need. There's only one way to get through life, and we know what that is. Gotta suck it up. Suck it up, suck it up, whoa, suck it up, suck it up, whoa.
Okay, so you saw there, getting just the outline of the letter M in there for right now. We're going to take our piece of paper off of here, and I should be able to see that letter M nicely and do a little bit more work to it. But this is just to get that initial design on there. So we can go ahead and start peeling that away. So, there we go. So we can see here our letter M looking pretty sweet, I have to say. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in there a little bit deeper. And then we'll come back and we're going to prep all of it, all of our holes and everything for inlay and our epoxy overcoat to fill in the holes. We're going to, just to show you, we're going to inlay into each of the fret dots and into the letter M some gold flake. All right, so it's going to be nice and bright gold inside those fret dots and inside that letter M. It's going to pop real nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on getting that prepped, or getting that letter M put in there nice and deep. And we'll be back whenever we go to prep our dots. All right, guys. See you in a couple minutes. Guys, so we got our letter M nicely carved in. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? So next step is going, oh, excuse me. So next step is going to be to put some penetrate epoxy in each of these holes and our letter M, so that we have a good bond and everything, and we can fill in, or we don't get any bubbles or anything like that inside there. Plus, for whatever reason, zebrawood really likes to drink epoxy. Like, it'll just fill it and fill it and fill it. It's kind of insane. So what we're going to do is mix up some penetrate with a little bit of acetone and get that in there. And it is a little late tonight, so we'll pick back up in the morning, or we'll pick up tomorrow and get our gold leaf put in there and the actual epoxy put in there and wait for it to set. So we'll do that in the rest of the video. So we'll be back. All right, guys. Thank you. So it has been the next day. And I'm sorry I did it off camera, but I got the gold inlay ready to go. I got our epoxy poured over top of it so that it seals in very nicely and everything. And I'm about to show you. So what we got here, of course, we got the head, but you can see we got our gold dots put in and our gold letter M as well. And there's a lot of gold leaf on that letter M because it wasn't sticking properly inside there. And we got a little bit of drippage going on right now because it hasn't quite gelled up just yet. It is getting a little thicker after a few hours, but we definitely want that to thicken up before we go ahead and start sanding it down. And we're going to go off a flat pass first with probably the random orbital sander at probably somewhere around 80 grit, just to knock that little layer of epoxy that's sitting in there out of the way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our radius block and continue on and go ahead and radius the fretboard. But we got to wait for all that to dry and get ready to go before we do that, because if we try to do it now, it's just going to rip everything apart and it's going to gunk everything up. So hopefully within the next day or two, this epoxy will set and I can go ahead and start getting everything sanded down, radiused, and work on the neck shape along the back for Josh to hold it properly. But it's starting to look really, really nice, and I'm super excited. So thanks for watching this video, man, guys, girls, and we'll come back to you later and go ahead and start sanding everything down and getting everything nice, smooth, ready to go. All right, please do the things like share, subscribe, like, whatever. Do all the things. And tell some of your other woodworking buddies about it too. Love to get any kind of input from anybody and everybody. Hey, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Hey, there's this tool that'll help with that. It'd be great. And still nobody has tried to guess what our nut material is. And again, I'll show that to you. So our string nut material here, and we're only going to use this section, like I said. Nobody has tried to guess what this is yet. So I'm waiting for that. And if you guess correctly, I will definitely let you know. But it is a very special material. And can't wait to try to work with that and get everything ready to go. So we'll see you guys next time for some sanding and go from there. All right. Have a good night, everybody.